The kid was born in the wrong part of the country of Portugal. Life was hard. His father, José Diniz, worked as a gardener and kitman for a local club, while his mother, Maria Dolores, struggled to make ends meet. The family lived in a cramped one-room apartment, often facing days without enough food to eat. His dad had developed a serious drinking habit. The family would face a major crisis as Maria got pregnant for her fourth kid. They decided they were not ready for another child, for they were facing financial issues. So they tried to talk to a doctor for abortion, but the doctor refused. Maria decided to force abortion by drinking as much beer as she could possibly take, but luckily on the 5th of February 1985, the baby was born. They would then name him Cristiano Ronaldo. Money was tight and Cristiano would have to survive poverty. Despite his hardships, Ronaldo found comfort in one thing that would bring a smile to his face: football. Ronaldo was a pro in football as a kid, and one thing that he hated the most was defeat. In school, there was an older boy who used to do push-ups while balancing the ball on back of his neck. Knowing Ronaldo was the school pro, he challenged him saying, "If you're so good, do this then." Ronaldo ignored him, but ever since then, Ronaldo would practice the trick in every training session and every little break they had, and eventually, Ronaldo mastered it. He went back to the older boy and challenged him to see who could do it for longer. And of course, Ronaldo took the win. The older kid was mocked by the entire school and even threatened to beat up Ronaldo. Ronaldo spent countless hours on the streets, honing his skills. He practiced tirelessly, determined to escape the difficulties of his daily life. His dedication paid off when a local scout noticed him and offered him the opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to join Sporting Lisbon's academy. At the time, the club was looking to recruit a few talented youngsters, and Ronaldo was among those selected. However, there was one final problem: a trial match that would determine who would be accepted into the academy. On the day of the trial, just before the game began, the scout addressed the players saying, "Whoever scores the most goals will be chosen." Ronaldo was immediately focused. He scored one goal, but another player, Albert Fantrao, scored one too. As the match drew to a close, both Ronaldo and Albert found themselves through on goal. Albert rounded the goalkeeper and instead of taking the shot himself, unselfishly passed the ball to Ronaldo, who scored. Thanks to Albert's generosity, Ronaldo secured the contract. When Ronaldo asked him why he didn't, Albert just shrugged his shoulders and said, "I know that you're a better player than me, you deserve that spot." Now at Sporting Lisbon, it was time for Ronaldo to prove his worth. Being at Sporting was an opportunity he had always wished for, but the conditions there were very different from what he had imagined. The rooms were very small, such that he would spend most of his time practicing at the football pitch than staying in those small hot cubes. Money way tight at Lisbon, and he would just roam the streets admiring street food. There was a McDonald's next to the stadium where Ronaldo lived, and he would always go to ask for leftovers during closing hours. He would go to the back door and knock on the door every single day at around 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Edna and two more girls who worked there would open and hand him the leftovers. Despite the struggles, he quickly made a name for himself at Sporting by scoring his first goals for the senior team against Moreirense. From that moment on, Ronaldo's career skyrocketed. Over the years, Ronaldo would prove his worst time to time, such that he was called to the youth national team many times, where he scored 18 goals over his 34 appearances over those different years. When he turned 16, he would be eligible playing professionally. Ronaldo would become the first player to play for the under 16, 17, 18, A team, B team, and first team, all in one season. One day, Sporting decided they were no longer interested in José Semedo, one of Ronaldo's teammates and best friend at the time. Decided that he would be sent back home. This meant that he would be traveling all the way to training. See, José lived so far away and couldn't afford to travel to the training center every day, and his hometown was full of gangs and his friends were either in gangs or in jail, so going back home was not an option. When Ronaldo heard about it, he confronted the board and told them if José left, that he would leave too. Aware of how precious Ronaldo was, the club decided to keep them both. Ronaldo had really made a mark at Sporting. His talent caught the attention of numerous clubs, but his big break came when he delivered an extraordinary performance in a friendly match against Manchester United. During the game, Ronaldo dazzled, leaving the entire United defense in shock. By the end of the match, Sir Alex Ferguson, Manchester United's manager, had seen enough. He immediately contacted Ronaldo's agent, struck a deal, and within days, Ronaldo was off to Manchester United on a $19 million transfer. He was the first Portuguese player to be signed by Manchester United, making him also the most expensive player in English football history at the time. As Ronaldo was being shown around Manchester United, he was asked to choose a shirt number. He initially picked 28, but Sir Alex Ferguson personally intervened, suggesting he take the iconic number 7 instead, a clear sign that Ferguson already foresaw the greatness Ronaldo was destined to achieve. However, things on the field didn't go as smoothly as he had hoped. Ronaldo's start at United was slow, and some of his teammates labelled him as a kid who loved dribbling too much. But despite these early struggles, Ronaldo was grateful for the opportunity. He could now afford to lift his family out of poverty and give them a home of their own. Just as things seemed to be looking up, Ronaldo received a phone call that shattered his world. His father, José Diniz, had fallen seriously ill. Ronaldo's relationship with his father had always been complicated. Growing up, Ronaldo longed to be closer to his dad, but José was burdened with the guilt of not being able to provide for the family, leading him to develop a drinking problem. The years of alcohol abuse had taken a toll, and now José was facing severe liver issues. Ronaldo immediately asked for permission to leave the club to be with his father. When he arrived at the hospital, Ronaldo promised to do everything in his power to keep his dad alive, but it was too late. Days later, José Diniz passed away. Ronaldo was devastated, but this tragedy became the turning point that forged his elite mentality. With his father gone, Ronaldo knew he had to step up for his mother and siblings. They were his only family now. He made a vow to become the best footballer in the world, not just for himself, but to see them happy. 2 years later, Ronaldo fulfilled that promise in spectacular fashion. The 2007 season was a milestone for Ronaldo. He scored a record-breaking 31 goals in the Premier League, was the top scorer in the Champions League, and led Manchester United to victory in the competition. A few months later, Ronaldo was officially crowned the best footballer on the planet. That same year, Ronaldo achieved something else that made his family even prouder. He was made captain of the Portuguese national team, a role he would take very seriously. But back in club football, after a heartbreaking defeat in the 2009 Champions League final, Ronaldo knew it was time to take the next big step in his career. That summer, he broke the world transfer record to become the most expensive footballer on the planet, joining Real Madrid. Ronaldo had hit the big time, and the victories kept coming, both on and off the field. Not long after his move, Ronaldo received more life-changing news. His son, Cristiano Jr., was born. While Ronaldo chose to keep the details of Junior's mother private, it was clear that he was ready to start his family in Madrid and build his football dynasty. At Real Madrid, Ronaldo had a mission to bring the club back to Champions League glory. When he joined, Madrid hadn't won the competition since 2002, and Ronaldo was expected to be the man to change that. Despite winning the Ballon d'Or in 2013, Madrid still couldn't secure the Champions League title until Ronaldo decided in 2013-14 that enough was enough. That season, he led Madrid to Champions League triumph, breaking the record for the most goals in a single campaign with 16, including a goal in the final in his home country of Portugal. He added another Ballon d'Or to his collection that year, putting him just one behind his biggest rival, Lionel Messi. While Ronaldo and Messi were dominating the club football scene in Spain, Ronaldo struggled to replicate his success on the international stage. He was the captain of the Portuguese team that was knocked out in the group stage of the 2010 World Cup, followed by a semi-final exit at Euro 2012 and another group stage exit at the 2014 World Cup. Ronaldo knew he had to step up for his national team, and Euro 2016 was his big chance. Despite not being favourites, Portugal made it to the final against hosts France, but Ronaldo's joy quickly turned to heartbreak when he was forced to leave the field due to injury. Still, his teammates fought on and Portugal secured a stunning 1-0 victory, giving Ronaldo his first major international trophy. After that, the records kept tumbling for Ronaldo. Another Ballon d'Or and 3 more Champions League titles followed. But by the end of 2018, now 33 and with over 450 goals for Real Madrid, Ronaldo decided it was time for a new challenge. He made a high-profile move to Juventus, but unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. Despite his best efforts, Juventus couldn't replicate the European success Ronaldo had enjoyed at Madrid, suffering 3 consecutive knockouts in the round of 16 and quarter-final stages. By the end of 2021, Ronaldo decided it was time to move on again and set his sights on returning home. Ronaldo's return to Manchester United nearly broke the internet. He marked his comeback with a brace against Newcastle United, showing glimpses that he could once again lead United to glory. However, his second stint at the club quickly unraveled. In 2022, Ronaldo faced the deepest heartbreak of his life when his son, Angel, whom he shared with his partner Georgina Rodriguez, tragically passed away. On the field, things weren't much better. Ronaldo's relationship with new United manager Erik ten Hag deteriorated, leading to a controversial interview in which Ronaldo called out the club. United responded by terminating his contract, leaving Ronaldo without a club. But Ronaldo wasn't done yet. At 37, he turned his focus to the World Cup in Qatar, knowing it could be his last shot at glory. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be, as Portugal was knocked out in the quarter-finals. On the bright side, Ronaldo found a new challenge in club football, shocking the world with a move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, where he reportedly earns $200 million a year. During Portugal's 2-1 victory against Croatia in their opening UEFA Nations League match on September 5, 2024, Ronaldo achieved an extraordinary milestone, becoming the first male player in history to score 900 goals in official matches. From the humble streets of Portugal to owning his own island, Ronaldo's journey is a testament to his relentless determination and unmatched talent. Even after all his achievements, one thing remains certain: Ronaldo is and always will be a winner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another one.